2, 1, go.
Come on in the room. Come on in the room. The Bucks winning tonight, 128-107 over the Detroit Pistons, and they are your East Group B champions in the Emirates NBA Cup. That's a 128-107 victory for the Milwaukee Bucks. Blew them out tonight. Come on in the room. Doc is our doctor. He writes out all scripts. He gives us our medicine in our room. We are live. It's the Guru Trey Crosby III.
JT.
Chris King.
Justin.
Yes, sir. Everybody's in the building. It's the Cream City crossover. Doing what we do on what's today? It's Tuesday? It's Tuesday? When it's Tuesday night, right? Tuesday night in the association, NBA Cup, East Group B on the line, and the Bucks absolutely destroy the Detroit Pistons. Really good stuff from the Bucks tonight all the way around. I don't think anybody is going to have a lot of complaining to do on a night like this, where, again, the stakes aren't high, but this is what you want to do. You want to go out, you want to compete. They put they put a cup out there for you to win. You go ahead and you go do what you're supposed to do and go take it. Zero resistance from the Detroit Pistons. Man, fired up. You guys can get at us at the YouTube. We'll talk to the chat there, and then also on Twitter at TCIIESQ. And let's do it, man. Let's start this thing off like we always do with a game recap and recapping the night tonight. Again, it was a beautiful night for the Milwaukee Bucks. 128-107, led, of course, by their two superstars. And this, let me tell you, this is what you traded for. We talk Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, whatever you want to call, all the superheroes you want to get in there. Ant-Man, all of them. And I don't care. Bring them in. The Hulk, everybody showed up tonight. Giannis, 28, 7, and 8. Giannis might end the season with 7, 8 assists this year. I mean, he has been a passing machine. 28, 7, and 8. 10 for 11 from the field. And by the way, now he was at 10 for 11. I wish he hadn't took that last one to Mississippi. I wanted him to be 10 for 10, 100%. But he shot 91% from the field tonight. What do you have, about 5 mid-range? That midi alert is, I don't know if he's been working with Dame. I don't know who he's working with. That midi is nasty.
It ain't lethal shooter. I tell you that. It ain't him.
Yeah, I understand it now. It is.
Was it Elijah Wan that he was working? Would he work with Elijah Wan?
Elijah Wan ain't had that. Akeem the Dream ain't had that shot with him.
They teach him that.
Nah, he didn't have that for him. But Giannis in his bag, all types of bag. And here's the thing: shooting it so well from the midi that he getting people. He pumping. They fouled him on 3-point jumpers. They fouled him twice on jump shots tonight, gentlemen. So I mean, that's what you're talking about from Giannis. Just great stuff. 8 for 12 from the line. He did have 6 turnovers, but a plus 16 on the night. Dame Lillard, 27, 5, and 4 tonight. 9 of 17, 5 for 11 from 3. He was a plus 7 tonight. And Damian Lillard just shooting the ball from the jump. Hitting those threes. That's what you want to see. Brook Lopez only 5.6 boards tonight. 14 points from Taurean Prince. 3 assists, 2 rebounds, 4 6 from the field. 4 from 3. Good job from him. Defense making plays. Andre Jackson Jr. gives you 20 minutes. 8 points from him. He hit a couple threes tonight. How about Bobby Portis with a good game? 14, 4, and 3. 5 for 12 from the field. 4 of 7 from 3. DeLon Wright was running around doing whatever. He didn't score. He scored to that. That's my complaint. You always got to look for somebody to complain at. DeLon Wright's the guy because he was doing cardio tonight. Gary Trent Jr., 16 points. A really good night for him. 6 of 12. 3 of 5 from 3. Again, plus 10. AJ Green had 11 points. And then you have some garbage time minutes. AJ Johnson got in there. I thought, he looks flashy. I give you that. On the Detroit side of things, Tim Hardaway with 15 points. Tobias Harris, 16 and 5. Jalen Duren, 11 and 6. Did he foul out? He had 5 fouls. Did he foul out? Or is it Stewart that fouled out?
He had 5.
Yeah, okay. Jalen Duren had 5 fouls. Jaden Ivey, 8 points. Cade Cunningham, 23, 6, and 5. Malik Beasley had 4 points. I don't think he had 3 tonight. Thompson with 8 points. And Isaiah Stewart, 9.6 boards and a bunch of fouling because he just couldn't contain Giannis. It was a 128-107 victory tonight. I mean, from what I saw, this thing started out Dame hitting threes, started out the role players hitting threes, but all of that is because of the gravity of Giannis Antetokounmpo. Like, that's where this thing starts. And Giannis, from a passing perspective, in the first half. Because if you remember the first game they played against Detroit, they let Giannis go one-on-one, right? And Giannis torched him. And so tonight, JB Bickerstaff says, you know what? We can't let him do that. So we're gonna load up on him a little bit. We're gonna try and stop him, kind of let's say load the box, get it in the paint, give it a little bit of a, not necessarily a wall look, but we had to give a little more attention to Giannis. We can't let him go one-on-one. And Giannis passed well out of that. And then in the first half, in the second half, Giannis just destroyed him. Yeah, Damian Lillard hitting shots, Andre Jackson hitting shots. And again, the gravity. And what do we say? When the ball is going in the basket, things just look better. I saw Bobby Portis making great passes during tonight. Not just pulling up and shooting every time he got the ball. He did a really good job. Again, Bobby Portis had 3 assists tonight. AJ Green hitting shots. When you're open, you got to hit the shots. And that, to me, that is the biggest difference from the first couple weeks of the season to where we are now on this. What is this, 7-game win streak for the Bucks right now? Is this 7 in a row?
Mm-hmm.
8. Okay, yeah. Right. 7 in a row. 8 if you want to give it that Charlotte game. That's the difference. They're hitting the shots. Defensively, I thought they played well. Not a ton of mishaps tonight. Didn't get lazy, and they put their foot on next tonight. Outside of when Doc Rivers waved the white flag and put the bench guys in, you didn't allow Detroit to make any kind of a run. I thought that was impressive. It was the NBA Cup. And again, you've advanced from Group B. I don't know. I don't know what the final was, Orlando, New York, and whether that will, because I know that if New York had won by 36 or whatever it was, that mean Boston would get in. So I'm not sure.
They're up 38 right now, 109-81. 8 minutes left in the fourth.
Okay, so 8 minutes left in the fourth, 109-81. So again, if it's 30, if it's over, I believe 36, Boston. 30, okay, if it's 37 or more, Boston will advance. If it's not, Orlando will have that 4th spot. But either way, the Bucks will be there. You have a home game against a quality opponent in the Emirates NBA Cup. Good night tonight, fellas. Good night, 128-107. That's a little bit what I saw. JT, what'd you see?
It's what you pay your money for. I get it. It was the Pistons. I understand that. But one thing I'll say tonight is we talk about Giannis and Dame, Batman and Superman. It's what I said before the show. Well, Superman, if we're going to call Dame Superman, hey, he didn't need a phone booth. He showed up dressed. He came dressed tonight. Hopped out the whip, already just hopped out in the outfit. The hell with Clark Kent. We good. We rocking. We here to do work. And Dame came out. And remember, guys, I said this before. When the threes start falling early, when the shots fall early for Dame, you know it's going to be a good night. And that first half is almost interesting. The first thing I'll say is it was kind of like a tale of 2 halves for both. Giannis' first half was it was a little bit slow. It wasn't bad. He was still perfect from the field, but he only had like 11 points, whereas Dame had 18. Conversely, Giannis finishes this thing with 28 points, right? So he had 17 in that second half, and Dame finishes with 25. So Dame only has 7 in that second half. So you kind of got to see both guys pretty much hitting you hard, right? They kind of took turns there. Hey, don't pause me. But you know what I'm saying? Like they flipped this thing around. Another thing, though, in that first half, we had 15 3-pointers made. The 3-point shooting that first really a work of art. It was a thing of absolute beauty. This team, I told you guys in the group chat, guys, we shooting 69% from the field. I think 71% from 3. We're absolutely killing it right now. And the interesting thing is, you had 3 guys on the Bucks in that first half that had multiple threes that were perfect, right? And that was Taurean Prince, Gary Trent Jr., and AJ Green. They were 100% from the 3-point line that first half, and they shot multiple. But I really like the shot selection as well. I didn't really see a lot of bad threes. I didn't see like a little pointless, foolish type of thing. Them shots was falling in that first half, and I think that overwhelmed Detroit. At that point, we had 15, and Detroit had like 4. Second half, kind of the same thing. Like we still came out firing. We were very efficient. I thought we looked focused on defense. I love some of the ball movement it always gets a little the basketball movement. I love some of that basketball movement as well. I thought we really came to play tonight. And last thing, and I'm gonna let you go, Chris. Role players. Man, this is exactly what we need. If you get an open look, take it, make it. We need efficiency from our role players. We got that tonight. When you look at the stat sheet, you look at Taurean Prince. Taurean Prince is like 3 for 4, 3 for 3 from the 3 for 3 from the 3-point line. I'll take that all day, every day, right? Andre Jackson Jr., which, hey, we're the big fella, 3 for 5 tonight, 2 for 3 from the three-point line. I love it. We were just talking about how can we get something from Andre Jackson Jr. on offense last show. Bobby Portis as well. You know what? Bobby Portis as well from 3-point. 4 for 7. I'll take it. Torian Prince, let me go back. 4 for 6 from the field, 4 for 4 from the three-point line. Love it. Even Damian Lillard, 9 for 17 from the field, 5 for 11 from the three-point line. I mean, Jerry Bird, 3 for 3 from the line. Gary Trent Jr., 6 for 12, 3 for 5 from. Guys, this is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful, and I get that it's the Pistons, but you know what? I'm going to be happy about this tonight. I'm going to be happy about this tonight. This was a hell of an offensive performance. By the way, last thing, Bucks dropped 42 in that second quarter. Let's go.
Yeah, JT, to kind of expand on your role player shout out, I would say that you just look at the first game they played against the Pistons, where Giannis has to go for 59 and we barely sneak by. And then now you throw in Dame and then you get some contributions from everybody else. This is kind of close to a ceiling of what this team could potentially be. Obviously, no Chris Middleton still, but at the same time, like, there's too many times this season so far that Giannis has had to do too much. If Dame is out or if Dame hasn't been able to shoot the ball well, it was great to see it all working today. And then, yeah, man, I just think that they showed up. Like, for it being you say it's not really a high stakes game, but a decent atmosphere, a good crowd, I thought, and definitely some meaning behind this game. I felt it was great to see this Bucks team kind of gel at this point in the season, because like we always talk about, for the first couple of games, it was bad. It was bad, fellas. We weren't getting these contributions from everybody, but now that's kind of changed a little bit, and that's why you see the Bucks sitting at 9-7. So yeah, man, I loved it. Love seeing the win tonight, and hopefully we can keep it going.
Man, well said. Hey, man, before I do this, man, it's kind of hot in here. I gotta change my shirt, man. Like, temperature done went up. We take this hoodie off real quick.
Hey, man,
you know.
Let's get one thing straight. Hang on. I feel you, right? But look, I feel you. I love the shirt. I love the gear. But this ain't the stream when we got men taking their clothes off, bro. So we don't have to just pull up in the shirt or something, keep the jacket on, flash that thing open or something. But hey, wait a minute.
Hey, it's
clothes off on the stream.
It is a Tuesday. It's a basketball Tuesday. It's a Bobby Portis night. But let me give y'all what Doc Rivers said tonight. He said nothing. He said he'll answer your questions tomorrow. We got a short flight, and he'll give you an update with Chris Middleton in the morning. That was all he said in the postgame conference, man. So for this NBA Cup, man, for a lot of teams, it doesn't mean anything. But for us, and you guys kind of hit on it with the struggles that we had, it's important to win basketball games. So I'm excited for it. We're going to play either the Magic or the Hawks. Big Giannis action, big Dame action. The defense intensity was there. I mean, I don't think I need to say anything about Bobby. Hey, one thing about DeLon Wright, I know you said he's getting cardio, but we could change his name to Deflection DeLon Wright, because he's getting a lot of deflections in that defensive area, man. And you got to be great at something, man. I know you kind of got him. The entire bench was just amazing. And I mean, hey, Trey, you the great singer, so can you hit that Missy? You can't stop the rain, because we was raining these threes on these boys today, man. The only guy that really said something in the post game that I'll mention, they interviewed Bobby Portis, and Bobby said that the one bad part about the game that we needed to clean up was the offensive rebound. I agree with him. I felt like Detroit got a little bit too many second chance opportunities. And lastly, Torian Prince, man, you got to get that boy his flowers, man. The Los Angeles Lakers threw this dude out for trash, and we picked him up, recycled him, and now he leads the NBA in three-point shooting, like you mentioned, JT, 4 for 4, amazing. What else can you say about this dude? And this dude was struggling to get on the court for the Lakers. So I guess my question kind of for you guys is, and I hate to say this because he's my guy, Cash Money 22, but is he going to be able to bring us what TP's bringing us on both ends of the floor right now? Because TP's playing amazing.
Wow, that's wow. I can't the
From
ultimate
the surface,
homer
that looks crazy. From
that
the
was
surface,
disrespectful to say can Chris Middleton beat Torian Prince? That might have been one of the most disrespectful things I've heard out here. Wow.
You know what though, and I get it, but I will say we haven't seen Chris Middleton yet. We don't know what Chris Middleton got going on. We have absolutely no idea. So let me tell
you this: if Chris Middleton can't beat Torian Prince, the season's over. I'll tell you that right. If Chris Middleton can get is Torian Prince, If his baseline coming back is Taurean Prince, we are cooked. I was talking about before the show. I don't know, the Bucks playing this, can't nobody beat you. If Chris Middleton comes back like Taurean Prince, season's over. We can wrap this show up right now. We're done. I tell you that. So you better hope Chris Middleton come back with them bilateral ankles and them things. He can at least hit some shots. Because 10 points and a few threes and good defense ain't gonna cut it for Chris Middleton coming back in this thing.
And I may have jumped the gun a little bit. I'm talking about coming back off the injury. We're not talking about Cash Money in his prime dropping the 40 bucket on Indiana last year. Coming back, can he impact the game? Because you got to think, TP is playing a great role right now. Is TP a better basketball player than Chris Middleton? Absolutely not. Let's just be clear about that from my standpoint. But coming back, I mean, this cat, he's what Chris Middleton used to be on the defensive end when the Bucks still wore green and red. We don't know how those feet can move right now. Two ankle surgeries is serious.
Oh, defensively, Chris. Taurean Prince defensively probably is a better player than Chris Middleton right now.
There's no question about that.
But the Bucks are going to need Chris Middleton to score at will and be able to give you. I may not need 40, but every now and then I'm gonna need you to anchor a second unit and go crazy. Because again, the competition. And this is right. We got to keep getting to in this 7-game win streak. If you were a critic of the Bucks, or if you wanted to be critical, you would say, well, you haven't really played anybody outside of maybe Houston. You could argue is a quality win. Everybody else, not really. But again, you don't make this. You play who's in front of you. But again, the competition is not the Detroit Pistons. You got to beat the team I'm looking at. And again, this is great what the Bucks are doing. I'm enjoying it because this is what you should do. Detroit Pistons, you playing the Pistons, you should be the 128-107, and really that being that final score not even indicative of the actual beatdowns. This was belt to ass. Let's not quite. This was a belt to ass beatdown the Bucks gave the Detroit Pistons today. We should have planted our damn flag in the middle of their court. Is what we should have did. That's what I wanted to see.
Here we go.
But yeah, Chris Middleton's got to come back and play well because the competition is Cleveland. The competition is Boston. The competition to an extent is Orlando when Paolo comes back. I mean, I'm just saying those are going to be your teams, even in New York. You're going to need Chris Middleton to be able to score at a high level when he's back in that rotation. But tonight, again, the Bucks just took care of business. And again, you look at the shooting tonight, which is our first topic. I want to, like you said, JT, Taurean Prince 4 for 4, Damian Lillard 5 for 11 from 3. I'm always feeling good when Andre Jackson Jr. is confident. Andre Jackson Jr. tonight took more shots than Brook Lopez. How many times you seen that? And played 12 less minutes. How many times? I mean, those are confident shots. Teams are going to leave Andre Jackson Jr. open. He's going to get those corner looks. That's all you got to do. Again, he's not. Again, every night going to shoot 3 for 6, 50%, 2 or 4 for. No. But you got to at least keep somebody honest. You got to be able to keep teams honest. And if they're going to be open, it's a practice. He's getting warm-up jumpers. If you are, somebody said, if you are a player, because I look at, you talk about Gary Trent Jr., JT, talking about these other role guys. Gary Trent Jr. will not be in a Milwaukee Bucks uniform next year. He's going to get just like Malik. We're just not going to be able to pay him. If you are one of those guys like a Malik Beasley, who just got paid out in Detroit, he had a terrible night tonight, but a Malik Beasley, a Gary Trent Jr., a Taurean Prince, you've been cast away from your team. You can't find a contract that works with what you do. You better get more. You better be lying. I mean, guys better line up to get Milwaukee, go play with Giannis and Dame. Because again, the gravitational pull that these guys hold, it is insane. You are getting if you are a wing player, you're a wing player in the NBA, and all you want to do is shoot warm-up jumpers. Why wouldn't you play in Milwaukee? That's all you got. You just got to shoot one. You're wide open every single game. Again, Malcolm Brogdon's career never be. Malcolm Brogdon should be paying Giannis that all. Should be paying him rest of his life for getting that contract out in Indiana. Because I'm gonna say he's a bum, but yeah, Drew Holiday. I know you got a ring, but Drew Holiday. Now he's still getting open looks. So let me not say Drew Holiday. But my point is, there are so many guys who you come to Milwaukee, you're going to get the looks because you're playing with Giannis, because you're playing with Dame. And the other thing about Giannis that has really stepped up his playmaking ability, 8 assists tonight. He's going to get you the ball. Beautiful job tonight from the other guys, Bobby Portis, Gary Trent Jr., AJ Green, Taurean Prince, Andre Jackson Jr., Brook Lopez even, of just hitting shots. Get open, hit shots. It's easy.
Well, and that's true, and that's when we, to give an older reference here for some of y'all, a little bit older, right? Are we turning into the death row records of the East? Come out here, come out here to the Bucks if you want to come out here, play your role. We're gonna make you shine. You just got to play your role, and I love that. I love that that's the case. But one question I will ask, I know it's a little early for this though, is what does that mean from a trade perspective, right? Do we think that veterans may look at this and say, you know what, I like what Milwaukee's kind of got going. I'm looking to get out of here. Can y'all trade me to Milwaukee? I think I can see a way to make this thing work. That's something to think about too, not just in the offseason, but even mid-season as well. And again, we talked about this before. We saw how well this team shot the ball tonight. No Chris Middleton. And we're all thinking that can only help. We're all thinking that Chris is only going to be a positive addition to this team. But one thing I will say, though, is looking at how well Prince is playing, Gary Trent Jr. is playing. I mean, Andre Jackson Jr., Tolly's got Derry Bird. About Chris's minutes. Is he going to start? Is he going to run with the ones? You going to have him run with the twos? Whose minutes is he going to, right? Like, how are we going to divvy up those minutes? And then the question comes down to, well, his ramp up. What's he going to be ready for? What's he going to be ready to do? Because I think Justin said this earlier too. What you can't do is come back and disrupt the flow. Because right now we're in a you guys energy guy. Y'all ain't energy guy. Y'all think girls will be an energy guy, like the flow state, right? The flow state. Don't want to interrupt the flow state. If y'all know about, some of y'all meditate, stretch out a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's what Doc earns his money for, right? Like, this is going to be a challenge for him to be able to shorten up the bench when it gets to playoff time, when it gets to Chris Middleton coming back, because I just don't imagine this amount of guys being in the lineup consistently when playoff time comes around. It's just not going to happen. That's not how it works. So, yeah, he's going to have to earn his paycheck, and I think he had to face that a little bit last year, and maybe with the chemistry issues, just a little bit, everybody getting used to each other, it might have threw a wrench in the road, but I think he can do it this year. Part of the reason is because of Dame and Giannis being able to gel so well at this point in time, early on in the season, that maybe Chris Middleton comes in and is really the backseat role. So yeah, I think Doc will have to earn that. And then as far as the 3-point shooting goes, like, we need this in the playoffs. Like, we can do this as much as we want against the Detroit Pistons on a random Tuesday night NBA Cup. We can do this against whoever in the regular season. That's never been a problem for the Bucks. They've always been decent shooting in the regular season. Where it gets a little tricky is when we get to the playoffs and guys are left open once again, and then they're not able to hit at a consistent rate. But the good part about it is a rotating role. You have guys that have left that weren't able to produce in the playoffs. Now let's see if we can be optimistic about Taurean Prince getting those kind of looks, Gary Trent Jr. getting those kind of looks, AJ Green now stepping up in a bigger role. That's what I'm encouraged about.
Yeah, Chris, I think you made a great point as far as can we knock down these shots in the playoffs. I mean, we saw a lot of that. Malik Beasley had one of the hottest 3-point shooting years last year on the Bucks in a long time, man. I thought he was like Michael Redd reincarnated. And then all of a sudden, that playoff series came, and I understand Giannis and Dame were down, so he didn't get the same looks that he got during the regular season. But the thing that I like about Prince so much better, and Gary Trent Jr., and no disrespect to Malik, I thought he brought a lot of good stuff to us last year. He's on a different team now, so good luck to you over there. I'm glad you got your bag. But these two guys can kind of create their own shot, Prince and definitely Trent Jr., and we're starting to see why we traded for him. I'm just super impressed with this guy, Prince, though, leading the NBA in 3-point percentage. And then you got Derry Bird in the top 10 too. So we got guys that are knocking down shots. The thing that I like about it, though, is this will allow Middleton to come back with the slow flow. You don't got to come right in and jump in there and try to take over. Take your time, ease back into it. Because the biggest thing that I'm worried about with Cash Money is that mental status when it talks about those ankles. Are you going to be thinking about an ankle every time you cut or someone tries to drive on you or whatever? Hey, and then my last question, hey, what does this Stewart dude do in the NBA besides hack people, man? Like, get this dude out the league. He's just dirty. He's pushing, pulling. Like, this ain't the Bill Laimbeer Pistons anymore, dog.
No. I'd say Isaiah Stewart, he needs to play football. He need to go ahead and get to the NFL because this is not his. This ain't his lane, man. He out here, committing. He couldn't keep up with Giannis. Again, very tough to do in the first place, but he didn't do it. And again, he just commits to foul, and he's made dirty plays all over the place. He's just, he fouling people and then running. Funny thought, I thought his last foul on a jump shot, He didn't run to the bench thing. It's a high five. Again, Detroit didn't have any timeouts, they were out of challenges. So he goes over there, sits down. He's asking the bench. The bench is like, yeah, you still fouled him. So, I mean, it is what it is over there. I'm sick of Isaiah Stewart. And yeah, he's a bump. He's a bump. He's an absolute bump. Yeah, I mean, going back to the Chris Middleton and the time in which, what it looks like for him, that's the thing. Because JT, you talk about the ramp up. The reason Chris Middleton is still out today is because from what he has said is he doesn't want to do what he did last year, where he's got to ramp up, where he's in the lineup, then out of lineup. Like he wants to. This is the whole point of I don't want to rush back. I want to come back when I'm 110%. So I don't have to play 10 minutes, then 15. And I think, again, is that the right approach to the rump? I don't know. We'll ultimately see. But yeah, I think there are valid questions as to whether you start him, how do you play him, where do you do? But to answer your question on the minutes and whose minutes he cuts into, I really think, and again, even I thought Bobby played well tonight, but I thought the first part of the game, let me say this, the first 6 minutes, Brook was awful. Bobby came in and remember he let up a rebound to end the first quarter that shouldn't have happened. And Bobby talked about offense and rebounding. If guys aren't going to rebound and commit to, and again, I thought they did a much better job as the game went on, but I'm just speaking in general, because again, everybody's not the Detroit Pistons. If guys are not going to commit to rebounding, then why would I not run small ball and have Giannis at the 5? And you talk about whose minutes you cutting into. Yeah, I can play Torrey Prince at the 3 or Torrey Prince at the 4 and Chris at the 3 or 4 and run small ball like that. And that way I can, if Doc Rivers doesn't trust the Tyler Smith, which clearly he doesn't at this point, or even a Chris Livingston to come in and play small ball for. If you don't trust any of that, then maybe you're trusting lineups looking like Damian Lillard, AJ Green, Taurean Prince, Chris Middleton, Giannis. Those could be, and again, so that means you're eating into the minutes of Brook Lopez and Bobby Portis. Because again, if guys ain't gonna rebound, I might as well have another scorer out there if we ain't gonna rebound anyway. Like what do you do? Well, I got a 6'10" guy out there. If he's not gonna rebound, not gonna rebound, not gonna defend his position at the rate I need him to. I might as well have a 6'7", 6'8" guy out there that can at least hit shots. I mean, so I think that may be one of the routes that you're looking at. But again, it's an interesting conversation for where you go. But if the Bucks are hitting shots like this, I mean, this is how, though, because JT, you said it before, you can compete with anybody. You can definitely compete with anybody. This is how you beat the Boston Celtics team. You got to be Boston Celtics. They're going to hit 23s. I mean, you can play as good defense as you want to. They are going to shoot threes. They're going to put up 53s. That's what they're going to do. That's their MO. That's how they play. So you got to be able to match that at least some. You're hoping to beat them down the paint, but you got to hit threes, got to hit shots. And the Bucks can do that. Again, you're looking at good nights. You're looking at 100% some good nights. Let me see some from the chat. I wanted to ask you guys this. Go ahead.
Hey, shout out to Robert Henry and all those Boston Celtics fans for not the Celtics aren't making the cup.
Yeah, they are. They're out there. They are not making the cut. There was this somebody DJ Droop TV said, well, I wonder what Mr. Bobby is trash. Brook is an all-star has to say today. Who I don't know who he's referring to. Who said Brook was an all-star? I just didn't know who was referring. I don't know who.
I think I might have said.
I know you never said Brook is Bobby's trash.
Yeah, but I might have said 6 or 7 games ago that if Brook keeps playing at this level, that he could potentially be an all-star when he was cooking, getting 24-25 with 10 rebounds and 6 blocks. But yeah, I mean, I hope he clarifies it in the chat.
Yeah, I should know who he's talking to.
My T-shirt, Bobby can't be trash.
Right. I know that's how you feel on him. Yeah, tell me. Yeah, go anywhere on this. In the Bucks.
Justin, you never answered that question. Did you go to the bank where Bobby's on a debit card and open an account to get Bobby on that? Did you do it? Do you have Bobby debit card?
I didn't even know about that, man. I might need one of them mugs though, man. I guess free $100 stocks and something like that, man. Look, I don't know, man. Like for me, those guys for 21 will always have a special place in the city of Milwaukee, right? And everybody on that team, except for Justin Jackson and Jeff T. I don't know if we're letting you across the county line either, homie. But, you know, them dudes that sat on the bench and got an A on the project and didn't contribute and then bash Giannis and them guys after that. But I really like Bobby's energy. I really think Bobby has the capability to hoop. Sometimes he just it don't show up. And when y'all jump on him, I can't really say like, hey, you're wrong. I just gotta say Bobby got to hoop better, man. But hey, Bobby's a hooper to me, man. Pat's a great dude on that bench, and I think you heard in the commercial. I don't know if you guys got the same commercial break, but it was a couple games ago, and Pat was really talking the guys up and stuff like that. So you need good, solid teammates on that bench, and I think we have them. And the thing that scares me about trading Bobby, trading Pat, or trading anybody is I don't want to see a locker room cancer come in this thing and destroy this thing that we're starting to build up and be great. Because you notice all our haters aren't in that chat no more. It's real quiet on that Boston, Philly, Brooklyn front now. Them dudes worrying about their own teams.
Also notable that Pat got another did not play tonight. I find that interesting.
Yeah.
Pat's the only person. Was Pat the only person acting like didn't play, right?
Might have been, and then the other notable for me is that Ryan Rollins does play. So we get back to this DeLon Wright stuff, and I'm not understanding why. Because I thought maybe something's still wrong with Ryan Rollins' shoulder or whatever. But if you can play him in garbage time, I don't understand why I don't understand how DeLon Wright won the spot back due to Ryan. I'm just not something about that does not make sense to me. Because again, DeLon Wright, the way he's played has not. You call him Mr. King deflection. I think Ryan Rollins get those same deflections and bring the ball up the court. And because the thing that pisses me off about DeLon Wright, forget getting deflection. When you're in transition, you gotta get the ball to Giannis. Like that should be number one. Giannis in transition. I saw him. You looking Giannis off in transition? No, sir. You should be immediately yanked. You look off Giannis transition. So that was my other thing. But yeah, go ahead, JT. I think you're right. Pat Connaughton not playing continues to be a storyline. And then again, I was just surprised that Ryan Rollins got in the game tonight, and he's back behind DeLon Wright. I'm not understanding it.
So from a purely speculative standpoint, you do have to wonder if Pat's days in Milwaukee are dwindling or just about done here. There's a whole lot of did not plays for him. And tonight where generally speaking, you would have put him in, and the fact that you didn't play him at all it does make you wonder, notwithstanding the impact on the court and some of the rough nights that Pat's had, not playing him tonight to me is a bit of a red flag because it seems like maybe, just maybe, you're looking at shipping Pat out. Unless you didn't want to disrespect him and give him garbage time in the last 2-3 minutes.
Well, to go off of just your Ryan Rollins question and point, I do wonder if a little bit of it is just the fact that, I mean, he was essentially forced into that role when Dame went out, and he was forced into that starting point guard role. And I don't know if Doc, this has been the thing with Doc. Doc has literally been forced to play some of these young guys because we're not getting any other contributions. But I do wonder if that's still lingering a little bit, the fact that, it's a small sample size from Ryan Rollins that you may not be able to trust him all the way. But yeah, I didn't see much from DeLon Wright tonight that would make me trust him more than what I've seen from Rollins as the starting guy. So I don't know.
Yeah, I want to see him play. I want to see Rollins play too. I thought Wright used that time when Rollins got hurt to really kind of position himself back up. Has he done enough? I don't know. But if there's a perfect world, I mean, the hard thing about this, right, is you only got 48 minutes in this basketball game, and minutes got to go elsewhere. I do agree with you 1,000%, Trey. When Giannis is on the break, you got to get that dude the ball. It's like Steph Curry being wide open in the corner for a three-pointer. You got to there's certain guys in this league that have to touch the ball in certain situations. I think you spot on, though, JT. You don't want to put that dude Pat in and disrespect him, man. He's done too much in this league to play in those minutes. Was Marjon Beauchamp
out? I think he was out. I don't even know if he was on the bench, but I know he was out.
Well, if we're gonna trade Pat and we're gonna trade, I mean, I hope it's kind of like that conversation we had about Bobby a couple weeks ago. If you trade Pat, thank you for what you did. I hope it works out best for you. I just hope you don't win a championship before we win another one.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. DJ Droop TV says, you said Bobby needed to be traded, bro. Own it. So I guess something. Yeah, no, what I was talking about was this. I never didn't say that. My part was about I never said Brook Lopez is all-star. So I think you guys, people, I never said that part. Yeah, I'm still owning it. Yes, Bobby Porter's, to me, to get the best out of this team, I think I could do that. Again, I just mentioned that when Chris comes back, the guy who the guy who he should be eating minutes to isn't, again, a wing player like an AJ Green, a Torian Prince, or Gary Trent Jr. The guy, when Chris Middleton comes back, he should be eating minutes from, to me, is Bobby Portis. That's where I'm looking at. Again, I like Bobby Portis at 15 to 20 minutes. And here's the only way, I told this to you the other day, JT, the only way I can see myself wanting to keep Bobby Portis here is I'd rather him be a 15 to 20 minute guy versus a 20, 25 minute guy. I can handle him in some short bursts. But again, I think he gets to the point where he just, there's too much going on at times and he gets a little frantic. But if he can play within his role, cool. I just don't like when he gets outside of that. That's my only thing on Bobby. Let's get to the games from Dame and Giannis tonight, man. Those guys, again, another just excellent. Give me some math, JT. 28-27. That's what's that? 55, 11 and 13. 55, 11 and 13 from the highest scoring duo in the NBA. Again, they're playing off each other the best that we've ever seen. What do you guys? Let me ask you this: what do you guys attribute that to? I saw some of the Dame Bros. What they don't like for whatever reason is the minutes that they don't like the rotation. They think that Dame has always been a play in the entire first quarter type of a guy, and Doc Rivers now has him playing like 6 minutes, and then he plays the whole second, and then he kind of plays around there. Tonight we talked about JT from the last show. Only 20 again because it's a blowout. 27 minutes from Giannis and 31 from Dame. So I was glad to see the numbers come down minutes wise from him, and that's why winning these games by a lot is so important. So these guys aren't taxing their bodies 37, 38 minutes. But what are you attributing most to the play of Giannis and Dame? Somebody else in the chat talked about Giannis's mid-range, and that again because he works on his game so much. Is it because Giannis has worked so much on that shot that it's become somewhat automatic? Is it because of his playmaking ability? Is that what has made him take a step forward? I think he's shooting like 70% at the rim, something like that, which is one of the highest in the league. It's incredible. And then Damian Lillard, again, to me, I guess I'm trying to figure out why are they now? Because again, we've seen so much where Giannis play well, Dame would take a step back, and then Dame would play really well, but they wouldn't really play well all together. And now we're starting to see that more on a consistent basis, that both of them are playing very well. What are you attributing that to? This point, just being comfortable? Is it more time in Doc's system? Is it everybody knowing their roles? What is it that's got these guys playing well together at the same time?
That's what I would say it is. I think it is like they are taking turns kind of deferring to one another. But Dame, really one thing that I think we can all agree on is Dame's confidence is so much higher than it was last year. Dame just looks like a different guy. And I think that also helps just build that trust there. And these two, the synergy is always going to be, I think, a work in progress, at least for the next few months to an extent. But, I mean, these two are feeding off of each other right now. It kind of seems like that. And even that first half, I mean, I know Giannis didn't play a ton in that first half. But, just the confidence and defer Giannis and Dame taking his looks and being decisive with it and kind of playing. I think Giannis is also learning how to play with another superstar, so to speak, right? Like, I mean, because you can talk about Holiday, you can talk about Chris, you can talk about that, but let's be honest, those are all as good as they are. Those are all complementary players. Those right? We're not talking about the apex predator type. So learning how to play with another guy is a process that I think people don't really think about. And to be fair, they didn't get a chance to play together in the summer. Dame was traded last year. It was in the offseason. So what you're seeing now, I think, is just more of some of what you may have been seeing if they had a chance to spend a bit more time together and do it. But you're starting to see them build that chemistry and that synergy. And I like it. But really, I would say the biggest difference, Dame's confidence. Dame is coming around. Dame is playing like, hey, I'm that all-NBA guard y'all heard about.
I think to me, it's Dame came into this season ready to hoop. Like, yes, we talked about how they didn't get to practice together. They didn't get to work on that pick and roll because Giannis was out in the Olympics. But Dame wasn't. Dame wasn't a guy on Team USA. Dame was over there with Goggins. Dame was, I imagine, getting up a ton of shots because he was missing a lot last year. And I think he just came into this season way more prepared than I think you had him at last year, and I think that's understandable, right? We talked about some of the personal stuff going on, and whether that was something to be excused or not, not up to us. But I think just having a full off season and being able to kind of work on your craft a little bit and just revamp yourself and be comfortable with this team and be comfortable in your role. I think it did a lot for him in the offseason. I think that's why you've seen him shoot the ball remarkably better this year.
Yeah, I think you gentlemen hit it right on the head, man. That offseason of not being together with the Olympics going on and stuff like that, it just took time to gel. And I think Dame needed to see it more from Giannis, and Giannis needed to see it more from Dame. And I think we're going to have another adjustment period when Middleton comes back as well, because we're going to have to find a way to get all three of these guys on the same page. But I love just the continuity between Dame and Brook. And this dude is a top 75 player. Both of them are. And you're starting to see it. So I hope the rest of the NBA is taking notice, because you should be scared.
I hope they're taking notice. I remember, man, it's all this MVP stuff about, and Giannis again still is criminally underrated. All of a sudden, I'm looking at old fat Joker on TV right now, and and if Breeze out that pass Brook Lopez made when he tried to throw the alley, and Brook Lopez tapped it back, and I think did it go to Torian Prince to hit the three?
Yes.
And if Joker had done that, and if Joker had done, let every sport like, oh my God, Joker. No, stop it, man. Again, I'm not trying to take anything away from Joker, but come on, man. Giannis is the best player in the NBA right now. Today, Giannis is the best player in the NBA. We got to stop the madness. He is the best player in the NBA. He's playing like it. He looks like it. There's no way around it. And I think all you guys are right. And I agree with your point there, Justin, about when Chris comes back, what do there's going to be this adjustment period. My hope for Chris is that he really dominates that. What I'm hoping is we can have moments, because, again, we talked about how much time Dame and Giannis are playing. My hope is that we have moments where Dame and Giannis can rest and Chris Middleton can absolutely cook on the floor with the bench unit and basically run that unit and ball out. That's what I want to see from Chris Middleton. And then when he's in with the starting group with Giannis and Dame, not that you got to get out of the way, but those guys, like you said, they have a chemistry that's starting to develop right now. And you don't want to get into it and mix any of that up. You don't want to mess anything up. And you won't mess anything up if you're at where? Chris King?
Curly's
Waterfront Sports Bar and Grill. You can't mess nothing up. If you had a good old Curly's in Lakeview Boulevard, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, get out to Curly's Sports Bar and Grill. Man, great place, great time, great atmosphere. Yeah, they're doing on Wednesday and Thursday, JT?
Trivia. They got trivia, bingo, and trivia. And those of y'all that are nice, get yourself a chance to win some butt tickets. Get yourself a chance to win some butt tickets, because they worked more this week than they were last week.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
I'll tell you that.
Hey, where them tickets at, Justin?
103?
102. Hold on. My bad. Alexa started talking. She said I'm too loud in here. Section 102, row 23, seats 1 and 2 every Wednesday night, bingo every Thursday night, trivia, and because we're here, I'm gonna ask you guys a question. And here's the thing. Here's how easy this is gonna be. This question has multiple answers, so you can kind of have a field day with it and see if you can get. We're right. There are actually 1, 2, 3, 4 correct answers. Okay, name for me. There are 4 players in Milwaukee Bucks history who have competed in it excuse me, make sure I got this right here. That have been named All-Stars 3 times. 4 players in Milwaukee Bucks history that have been named All-Stars 3 times. Name those players.
The 3 times are for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Three. So this is an exact. Let me make sure we're correct. This is an exact total of 3 times being All-Stars.
Oh, exact total, not at least.
Exact. This is not at least. Not at least. If we're at least, we talking there. If we're at least, you're talking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys. Yeah, because it's easy. It's easy to do at least. I mean, your names, Giannis, Kareem, do at least 3. So I'm talking about guys who've been 3 times on the dot. Who you got?
3 times on the
Absolutely
dot.
no idea. 3 guys who've been there 3 times. All right, we're gonna have to parse this thing
4
together.
guys. There are
So
4 guys.
is one of them Chris Middleton?
One of them is Chris Middleton.
There you go.
Yes.
Ding, ding, ding. All right, guys, narrow down the field.
We got 3 left.
JT.
Marcus Johnson?
What about Ray Allen?
Marcus Johnson was a 4-time All-Star. Ray Allen is your second name. So Ray.
All right, guys,
JT,
listen, man. I got the feel. I just gave y'all the 50-50.
JT has
boys the
2.
50-50.
JT has 2. Give me two more guys that have been All-Stars at least a grand total 3 times in Milwaukee Bucks. 2 more guys. Can you get them?
Brandon Jennings.
No.
What about my guy Lou Alcindor?
No, Lou Alcindor was a 6-time All-Star. So this is all
With the Bucks, so he was only with the
Not
Bucks.
with the
I'm
Bucks.
gonna go. What about Mr. Buck? John McLaughlin.
Oh, what about
No.
what's my man's name? Not Vin Baker.
1 time for John McLaughlin.
What? Not Vin Baker.
Oh.
What's my man's name?
Yeah, stay there, JT. Stay there, JT. You
Vin
had
Baker?
it. Vin Baker.
Vin Baker. That's right. Vin Baker.
Vin Baker.
Going 3.
JT's done 3. Oh man, we got one more guy.
Man,
One more guy.
In my bag tonight.
3 times for the Bucks.
But not for this. This is 3. This must be 3 times overall because they got Kareem up here at 6, and we know Kareem didn't play.
I don't know how many All-Stars Mike Red made. I don't know.
It's not Mike Red.
I think Mike Red was 1 too, right?
Mike Red had one All-Star appearance, so it's not Mike Red. I give you guys a couple more guesses here to get this last name. Then let's see. Does anybody in the chat have it? DJ Drew did have Big Dog, Vin Baker, Middleton out. No, so yeah. So we got those.
Damn.
Drew is only 2.
And Brooke,
Big Dog had 2. Big
Is it
Dog
Drew?
is a 2-time All-Star. Drew Holiday is
Ben Robinson had 2.
1.
Let me take a moment and think.
Moncrief?
Marcus Ellis wasn't getting All-Stars at the game.
5 for Moncrief. All right, so we got Bob Dandridge. Bob.
Listen, man. Listen, man.
Norfolk State Spartan.
I don't even know who that is.
You don't know who Bob Dandridge is. Come on now, JT. Bob Dandridge. That was good. Hey, JT though is the winner.
Yeah.
3 got 3 of those names. Shout out to JT.
Hey,
I mean, I be in my bag when it comes to this stuff. You know, I do have moments like, there's some people I don't know. But,
right now, JT, you have tickets to the game. If you was at Curly's right now, you'd have tickets.
I'm saying in section 102.
102. Yes, sir.
We get it in. We get it in. Can I hit the how far is that bar? You know that bar down there? How far that bar from the Sheets? That's pretty close, right?
Yeah,
I think so.
You up in the bar. Matter of fact, I think Bucks. I think you can send a text. They send the drinks to your seat. They got it like that over there. Don't worry now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, all that. Get down to Curly's Waterfront Sports Bar and Grill, man. Good times. Tell them the Guru sent you. Tell them the Creeps and the Crossover sent you to Curly's Waterfront Sports Bar and Grill. It's a good night tonight, everybody. It's a beautiful night. 128-107. The Bucks beat down the Detroit Pistons. Anything else you guys want to get into before we go to our game balls here on the Bucks beating the Pistons 128-107? I feel good because the Bucks got a back-to-back tomorrow night. Bucks got a back-to-back tomorrow. Y'all know that? Y'all know the Bucks play again tomorrow night?
I look at this schedule. This schedule is brutal through like next Sunday, Monday, but then after that is a gap.
Well, you have.
Yeah, I guess for our listeners, you guys just want to expand on like how this kind of NBA Cup is going to work. The dates and stuff. Now that they won the group, right? So yeah, that's a good question. So I know that there's a quarterfinal game that's going to take place in Milwaukee, and then that's when. So I saw some people saying, "Oh, we're going to go to Vegas," but you have to win the quarterfinal game. Yeah. First, again, that's going to be against who, Justin?
Orlando.
That's going to be against Orlando. Orlando's a good quality basketball team. They're playing good. Even without Paolo, they've been playing pretty well. Except for tonight, they got beat down by the Knicks. But that'll be a good one to play for the Bucks. And then, like I said, then at that point, you're going to Vegas. You're going to see what happens out there if you can get the win. Bucks got the Hawks coming up tomorrow. And then on Friday night, it's gonna be a big one against the Boston Celtics. I think that's what we talk about. So JT, you have some time. You were talking about, we beat anybody. This is the time to show that. This is Friday night is like so. Friday night is the time. There's gonna be a litmus test, and there are some people that are still out there that they've seen the Bucks go 11-9 after a 2-8 start. They've seen the Bucks. They've seen the Bucks win 7 in a row, And they're saying to you guys, y'all ain't beat nobody. Y'all ain't done. Y'all can win 8 in a row and beat the Hawks tomorrow night. And they still, y'all ain't beat a soul. That's what they're going to say. And they're going to say, show me what you got Friday night on ESPN. And when it's on ESPN, since I didn't talk about, since it's on ESPN, you're going to get $3 bottles and pints over at Curly's Waterfront Sports Bar and Grill because of the national televised game. That's what they want to see, JT. So tell me about that. Because, I mean, we're talk about what happens Wednesday, and we'll talk about this a little more on the Postgame show tomorrow. But Boston, Milwaukee, are you looking? My question for you guys on the floor, is that a litmus test? Are you circling that game because you're still saying, hey, you started to, this ain't like the Bucks are, if the Bucks were, so the Celtics are 17-4. If the Bucks were 15-8 or whatever the number is, and they were rolling and you feeling good, you might say, yeah, it's just ball. Who cares? But when you start off 2-8 and people are looking at you and the vultures are circling, they're saying, this is a shaky basketball team. Okay, now they got it back on track. But are they really back on track? That's what people are wanting to know. And my question is that, do you feel the same way? Do you feel like you've seen what you need to see from this basketball team? Or are you waiting around and saying, okay, I've seen a lot, but Friday night, December 6th, that's what's going to make me a believer that they back, is if they can hang with the Boston Celtics, because that's the litmus test. That's the team that we know is at the cream rise to the top. We know they at the top of the Eastern Conference along with Cleveland. Do you need to see them on December 6th show something?
No, sir. I think at this point, we still in this position where we running our own race. We in our own lane. We keeping our head down. We driving. We getting the knees up. We're not looking over at the man next to us. We're still in a position where we are running our own race right now. And quite honestly, we're not even at full strength because we still don't have one of our key pieces or one of the guys that we're factoring in to be one of our key pieces in Chris Middleton. So, no, this is not my litmus test. I do not care if we lose that game to Boston. I mean, would it be nice to win? Yes. Would it be nice to get out there and punch him in the mouth? You better believe it. Love to beat him like a dirty rug. But at the end of the day, it's not a litmus test because at this point, we are worried about our guys learning how to play together. We're worried about execution. We're not worried about the mental lapses, guys hitting shots, figuring out roles. How's this thing going to work? No, I don't care if we lose to Boston at all. This is not my litmus test. Now, having said that, when we match up with Boston, if we match up with Boston in February, March, I'm going to feel a bit differently. But right now, there's nothing we can hang our hat on if we even beaten Boston before Christmas, right? So, we can't act like this is some world-beating win. And at the end of the day, now, having said that, I want to see us compete. I want to see us get out there and compete. We get out there and and bang with Boston. That'd be absolutely wonderful if we could do that. I'd love to see us get out there to keep that thing close. But if we lose that game, is it the end of the world? Absolutely not.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to show that you can compete with these top tier teams that have been there and done it before. But right now, man, this is what I've been wanting to see since we started this thing, is just get these new guys incorporated. Even without Chris Middleton, I think they look well. They're playing basketball well. So to me, if they are able to keep this up, regardless of who it's against, shoot, I'm sold. Because it's all about consistency in the NBA. You're going to need to beat a team 4 times to advance. And if you can put consistent stretches of games together where everybody's showing up, then I'm sold.
Man, in the words of one of the best coaches in college basketball, the legendary Bart Lundy from UW Milwaukee Panthers, we just trying to stack good days right now. I don't care who we beat. Let's just keep going up this Eastern Conference standings, and let's get ready to play in this postseason. Trey, I thought you said it earlier when you were on the No BS show with Billy Schmidt and Armin Sarian. Hey, man, we can't just say that the regular season doesn't mean anything, because it does, but one game in the regular season doesn't mean everything to me. And furthermore, I feel like we've already shown these Boston Celtics we could compete with them. When our coach was scrambling, he didn't really have the lineup together the way that he should have. And we've competed with these Cleveland Cavaliers. I think we lost to them by a combined 3 points. So we're fine. And just by the way, the Washington Wizards beat the Atlanta Hawks, who won group. I don't know what group they were in, but they beat them twice. So, I'm not too much worried about this. I just want us to keep hooping, keep gelling, and we're going to be all right once the spring comes. May Flowers brings Milwaukee Bucks playoff wins.
I like that. I'm kind of the same boat with you guys. I will say a blowout loss would definitely have me questioning what's going on. So I'm with you guys. You need to compete. But yeah, right. It's not about what the final score is, but it's really about how you look. And if you look like you didn't belong on the same court with Boston, then I'll have the same questions, because this win streak, then I'm not gonna say it means nothing, but it definitely gives me a different outlook on it. And again, I like you said, we're on that No BS show. This should hopefully, for Bucks fans, for everybody out there that was like, oh, we just gotta wait till the playoffs and that's all that matters. No. What we've done is take the regular season for granted, and because you can start off 2-8 real easy by not playing the right way. You can go out there and not do the right things and not show up and not shoot the ball well and not play good defense and turn the ball over on every other possession. And it don't matter who you go out there and play, they will beat you. So you still have to. I think this was a good lesson for the Bucks. Starting 2-8, you still got to go out there and do the right things and play the appropriate way, or else, it don't matter. You will 100% lose. Let's get to the game balls. Where you guys going game ball wise?
So tonight, my game ball is going to go to none other than Mr. Damn, I don't know why I'm saying that, because I'm tripping right now. I was going to say my game ball is going to go to Taurean Prince. But my man Gary Trent Jr. has looked like what's your boy's name? The $6 million man. Man, y'all don't watch old TV.
Stop with this $6 million man.
Steve Austin.
Steve Austin is his name, right? Not Stone Cold, but Steve Austin, the $6 million man. That's who Gary Trent Jr. has looked like, because once he got his back fixed, he looks like a completely different player altogether. And he has been consistent since then. So, man, I wish I could split a game ball tonight with Taurean Prince and Gary Trent Jr., but you know what? I'm sure one of y'all gonna get that thing to Taurean Prince. So Gary Trent Jr. Hey, I ain't giving that thing to him. Come on now. I give him a game ball. I ain't gonna give him that thing.
Hey man, we wilding right now, right? Yeah. No, Gary Trent Jr. 6 for 12 from the field, 3 for 5 from 3, 16, 3, and 2. Gary Trent Jr., your game ball is earned, sir. Y'all go ahead and get that man the game ball.
To me, I'm going to go with Giannis once again. I just think the ability to adjust to who's on the court with him, it doesn't matter. Like being able to go for 59 against the Pistons without Dame, without any contributions from the bench and from the other guys in the starting lineup, to then now allowing Dame to go for 27 while you go for 28 and do everything that the team needs. There was one play where Giannis is just like the Bucks are up 30 and Giannis goes down and tries to get a chase down block and almost hurts himself there. Like this guy is just impressive to watch every night in, night out. We could keep beating the dead horse, but to me, like he's awesome. So I'm gonna give him the game ball again.
JT, I will take your motion and second it. I'm gonna go to Mr. TP. Are you with me? This dude is not only just having great games each and every night, but he's leading it. I've said it 13 times tonight. He's leading the NBA in 3-point percentage. That's just so huge. Shout out to all y'all Lakers fans that want to throw that boy to the trash. We will definitely take care of trash. We're going to turn it into a treasure. As a matter of fact, put a little bit of diamonds on that joint in the spring.
There you go. I'm going to go. Feels like Dame should get some love, but I'm going to go Giannis. I can't not do it. 28, 8, and 7 tonight from Giannis. 1 block, 10 for 11. Really, that's the reason, because 28, 7, and 8 is a little below his numbers from a points perspective and a rebounding perspective. But I got to do it because he went 91% from the field. Because he shot he pump fake, got you into a 3, got fouled, and went to the line, hit all 3 free throws like his name was Damian Lillard. So Giannis did an excellent job tonight. Again, his grab, when I look at 23 of 41 from 3, 56% from the field from 3, when I see that, if you just went through the tape and showed me all the threes, I guarantee you out of the, what I just say, how many out of the 23, I guarantee you at least 13, 14, 15 were either off Giannis assist or a direct result of the gravitational pull of Giannis. That's how good he was on the floor. Like you said, Chris, he's going after trying to block shots late into the game up there. Dude knows one speed. And so Giannis, again, gets the game ball tonight for me. An excellent night from Giannis Antetokounmpo, 28, 7, and 8. Like I said, not to be out mentioned, but Dame Lillard did a great job too. Before we do the look around, let's see what the people were saying on the Twitter. 1 second here. Let's see what we got on the Twitter. Of course, I can't find this stuff. Give me like 5 seconds. Somebody give me something where my stuff at? Somebody talk for a second so I can find something.
Hey, I got a question for y'all. We can answer it after the look around, but I've been going back and forth with this dude D Hunt 608 on Twitter a lot, man, and he's a great sports fan other than his NBA knowledge. He one of them Laker fans that want to blame Darvin Ham and blame T Prince and everybody else. But just a question, because Isaiah Thomas brought it up, I think. Who is your GOAT? Because Isaiah said the true GOAT is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Lou Alcindor, take your pick. Some brothers say Kobe Bryant. Some brothers say Michael Jordan. Them dudes that's like Chris King generation. They say LBJ. So I'm just curious from y'all three, who is your GOAT?
Well, I think this is an interesting topic to bring up, and maybe we go into more of the look around, is just how bad LeBron has been. And, hey, I saw Trey over there. Hey, you were giving him hell on Twitter yesterday after that abysmal performance. What, they only put up, 80 points?
Yeah, it was
that's
trash.
Terrible, especially in today's NBA. But I will say, for me, I think I've always said that Michael Jordan has the better NBA career. And watching his highlights, I'm just as impressed watching highlights as I am watching LeBron. But at the same time, the longevity is definitely an argument you could use. So, to me, I don't even really know who's the GOAT. I can go back and forth on who I think is the best player. Fence sitting, my bad.
But again, I think the question just gets to get quantified, right? You have to really, really break down the question and use a legal. You got to narrowly tailor in defining the GOAT. Right, because I'm gonna just tell y'all right now, from a resume perspective, Kareem is that guy. From a pure resume perspective, when you look at Kareem's resume, it's damn. Between all the defensive, all of his awards, from a resume perspective, right now, from a championship perspective, Jordan winning 3 straight titles and then turning around and getting a different team, taking some time off to go play baseball and film Space Jam, then turning around taking another different team to 3 more straight. Man, that was incredible too. Jordan was that dude who could, and Jordan was that guy averaging 30 like it was nothing every single. LeBron James, 10 straight championships. Those are 9-10 straight championships. To even make it to 9-10 straight championships is absolutely incredible. So that's what I'm saying. You got to really figure out the criteria that you're going to use to say you're a GOAT, because there's a lot of guys you can make arguments for based on what that criteria is.
Yeah, I think I kind of agree with that, JT. It depends on where you want to go. To me, if you want to go longevity, you go LeBron, because, again, if you just matched him up at 40 years old, Michael Jordan couldn't do what LeBron James is doing at 39, 30, those ages. But if you talk about just a pure dominant period of time, Michael Jordan was the most dominant during a sustained period. And, again, back to back. The 6 rings and never losing the finals, again, is a different thing. But again, I think that's the other thing is, you can also say it goes by eras, and so Wilt had an era and got Kareem, and then you get to different guys, you get to Magic, you get to Jan. You get to you get to Mike, you get to you get to
and you get to Steph.
You get to LeBron. I don't think Kobe's really in that conversation, in my opinion. But yeah, those are the guys. And I think you can also go by eras. And I think when people like to mention, well, look what he do in that era. I'll say this is what I hate to hear when people talk about this person couldn't play in this era or this guy couldn't do. Dude, you know what great players do? They adjust. And so LeBron could 100% play in Michael Jordan's era. Michael Jordan could 1,000% play in this era. He couldn't shoot. You don't think Michael Jordan worked on his 3-point shot? he'd be fitting right in with the Boston. He would be shooting just like Anthony Edwards.
Yeah,
shooting as many threes he wants to shoot.
Like
because that he would adjust.
Like watching his game winner for UNC when it was his last year of college. Like, there was no three-point line when he hit that game winner. So it's like you can't really use that argument. The one thing I'll say, though, about Jordan is just looking at, his accolades and stuff, really impressed with, how dominant he was on both sides of the ball. Like, getting a Defensive Player of the Year and then being first-team all-defense for multiple years. Like, I think that's something that people kind of sleep on. And we see it with Giannis, too. Like, in some of his arguments, people don't really think about the defensive side of the ball.
I mean, go ahead.
I was the only other one to do that besides Giannis and Jordan is Hakeem. So for me, man, I agree with both y'all as far as greatest of generation, because you can even go back further than that. Go back to George Mikan and all them dudes like that.
Michael and them damn layups, man. Now he couldn't play no damn Giants.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now,
George Mikan was getting cooked.
He was the greatest of the. He was the greatest of the Studebaker era.
Listen, have y'all looked up?
George Mikan
have y'all looked up Kareem's resume? It's wild.
Oh, it's crazy.
Like, Kareem's resume is crazy. Now I get it. It's well before the HD TV. I don't even know if some of them games was in color, to be honest, right? But like, that's what I'm saying. But when you start talking about the GOAT, that becomes relevant when you mention guys like Kareem. You look at Kareem's resume, it is crazy. I mean, look, I just give you the high points. 6-time NBA championship, 6-time NBA champion. We do that. 2-time final MVP. He's a 6-time most valuable player in the league. 6-time most valuable. 19-time NBA All-Star. 10 times All-NBA first team. 5-time All-NBA second team. 5-time All-NBA defensive. I mean, it is what 6-time All-NBA defensive second team. I mean, this dude, like, Kareem's resume is insane. And I think that if there's a Mount Rushmore for GOATs, which I think is the best way to settle this thing, I don't see how you don't have Kareem up there. Like, I just don't. Unless it starts in 2000.
Don't forget about the collegiate championships he won. So for me, man, it's a lot of the stuff that you mentioned. But if I have to pick, right? If I have to pick an order, like, I lived and I remember Michael Jordan coming to Milwaukee and all the Bulls fans coming up to Milwaukee. But this is the thing. Michael Jordan sold out damn near every arena he went to. This dude has a jersey retired by the Miami Heat, and he never played for the Miami Heat.
So
that's
wait a
crazy.
minute, though, but hang on. We talk about best player. This is again, we got to do this right. When we talk about best player, are we talking about impact on the game, off the court, and on the court? Right? Because when my uncle just tried to tell me LeBron James is the best player ever because he opened a school. I'm like, okay, listen, that's not the argument I'm gonna leave with. I don't think he's the greatest ever because look at what he's doing. He's opening the school. He's educating the kids. I mean, okay, right? Like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, this argument has to be narrowly tailored to when we talk about being the best ever, right? Because if ticket sales are gonna be factored. Yes, Michael Jordan to date is the only player that literally is a logo, right? Where people literally know the logo and they ain't never watched that man play. They never. There's folks running around with Jumpman and they got no idea where he went to college. There's folks running around with Jumpman. They don't even know how long he played. There's people running around with Jumpman, and I guarantee there's people with the Jumpman wearing it like, oh yeah, didn't he play with the Wizards? Because that's when they were alive. He was with the Washington Wizards. He was cooked, right? So I mean, I don't know. I just think we got to really think about this because it's a thing.
So when I ask the question, it's solely off of your opinion. But the last thing is the reason why I would go the way that I went is because for me and my generation, man, it's tough to see you stack team after team after team. I know JT, you mentioned he went to 10 straight finals, but hell, he had the best supporting cast ever and made sure those teams were manipulated to beat him.
Nah.
So,
all right, I'm pushing back on you guys, but go ahead. He had the best supporting cast ever, but go ahead. I don't know about that.
D. Wade, Chris Bosh, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, Anthony Davis, like the list goes on and on. He's played with more top seven. He's played with the most top 75 players of all time. Are there any other great? Is he on that Mount Rushmore? Absolutely. Is he the greatest of all time? I'd go Jordan 1, Kareem 2, Kobe 3, Bron 4.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy work going Kobe over LeBron. But we gotta keep pushing. We can keep this going. It's always a debate that you can go a lot of ways on. I don't think I can go Kobe though. That's crazy work. But let's go back. Let's keep rolling. Let's go back to the Twitter here. At the other Robin 19 says we may never lose again. At Goodland fan says Chris Middleton coming back and playing 15-20 minutes a night as the 7th, 8th man is about to be an incredible luxury. No need to put him in the starting lineup. Can't break that group up right now. At Kasuji13 says Tyler Smith and AJ Johnson, once they developed a little more, I need them in the rotation. They showed a glimpse of what they're capable of today in just a few minutes. Robert W506 says ball movement locked in on D. Not a bad third quarter blowout. Saved him some juice for tomorrow. And we'll do a couple more. At NYC Randy says, I know it's the Pistons, but that's an amazing win for us. I love this Giannis mid-range. Best part of the game for me was watching Giannis and Dame chemistry just improving and complimenting each other. Shout out to Gary Trent and Torian. Split my MVP of the day. At Sunk345 says we finally blew out a team and didn't let our foot off the gas. Love it. And then at Behev Jr. 69420 says Giannis for MVP. As we do our look around here, again, the Bucks, of course, win at 128-107 over the Detroit Pistons. The Thunder win at 133-106 over the Jazz. Knicks beat the Magic, as we talked about. Raptors beat the Pacers tonight. The Sixers get a 6-point win over the Hornets. They're 5-14. The Cavaliers 19-3, 118-87 over the Wizards. Clippers and Trailblazers are just getting started. Warriors are down to the Nuggets, are up over the Nuggets right now by 5. Rockets are up over the Kings right now. Suns 75, Spurs 71 into the third. And midway through the fourth quarter, you have the Memphis Grizzlies 106 and the Dallas Mavericks at 96. So a lot of some blowouts all through. I think they told me the NBA Cup was all good games apparently, but again, looks like there's some blowouts there from what we see. Other part I wanted to talk about before we get out of here. Did you see obviously all the things that happened on Saturday? I know JT, you had some thoughts about a couple things I wanted to get to because I wanted to talk about I wanted to talk about I wanted to get your thoughts on the slide with Trevor Lawrence and who was the guy suspended from Houston? Al Shire gets suspended for 3 games for that hit. Did you guys think it was dirty? You had the Texans organization come out and basically call BS on the league. John Runyon, who had his fair share of dirty plays himself, who made the decision. But I'll say this, and I think people have been talking about it, but the only way to protect these quarterbacks, you have to protect yourself. Like that's where we're at with this. And it is hard as hell on a defender when you are running their clips of Patrick Mahomes faking slides. Remember Kenny Pickett faked the slide, and guys back in college, Caleb Williams just did it and then complained about it the other weekend, Thanksgiving weekend, where he kind of, I might go out of bounds, maybe I won't. And he got his ass legally lit up, and then complained about it. And so when you have quarterbacks who are trying to skirt these rules, and Trevor Lawrence, I don't think he was skirting rules. I think Trevor Lawrence genuinely just wanted to get as close as he could to a first down as possible. I don't think he tried to skirt anything. He knew where the first down marker was and said, I'm going to try and get as close as I can before I slide. And he did that, and then he slid, and you have a defender who's like, if you're trying to get to that line, I've got to stop you from getting to that line. And once you commit to it, again, it always looks worse in slow motion. You can super slow-mo anything and make it look a certain way. But again, if he really wanted to go out, if it was really that malicious to me, he could have launched. He didn't have to put a forearm up. He could have launched head first. You see targeting calls all the time in college. He could have launched head first into Trevor Lawrence and knocked him out. He went with the forearm, I think, almost to kind of brace. To me, that's what it was looking like. But I think the solution is, I think the onus is on both guys. The onus will always be on the defense. That's just how the rules are. But here's the solution. If you don't want to get hit, if you don't want your starting quarterback, your franchise guy to potentially sustain an injury, you need to slide the moment you see a defender that might hit you. Like that's the solution. You need to slide. Damn that first down marker. You need to slide ASAP. And if you don't, that's the risk that you run. It's one thing. It's the same thing. I would tell I almost feel like the same kind of thing I would tell, my kids when they deal with police. Or you do, like, should you be disrespectful to if a police officer is disrespectful to you or somebody disrespectful to you? Should you be disrespectful? Do you have the right to be? But listen, I want you to come home at the end of the day. So if you need to, somebody can be as disrespectful as they want to you. You need to, yes, sir, your way up out of that situation, and not because that's how I need you to end up on the right side of things. And that's how this thing is. Like, do you have a case? Maybe Trevor. Maybe you do have a case, Trevor Lawrence, that the guy should. Maybe, but now you knocked out. So I'd rather you not be knocked out versus try to plead, hey, this is a dirty hit. I'd rather have my guy. So slide at 5 yards instead of 10 before you get to that mark. Live to tell the story later. But now, yeah, you try to tell the story when you out here looking, you was doing that. And that's football. Hey, again, football is violent. It's a violent sport.
Yeah, I think the thing about it is I agree with that, and I think that's the difference between some of these quarterbacks that are a bit more mobile versus some of these guys. You already they're not going nowhere with it. Some of these guys, he really sliding. And some of these guys, yeah, there's some the hesitation and trying to hesitate and get more yards, and I think quarterbacks have taken advantage of that rule. Having said that, I agree with you. You can't help us if you can't play. And poor Trevor Lawrence, who I believe had just been out. He had literally just returned. This was Trevor Lawrence's first game back in, 5 or 6 weeks. And he comes back and plays a half and then takes his hit. Now, one thing that I really hate about this is that I'm sorry, I can't say the man's name. I gotta have it in front of me because I really want to, try to read through that, make sure I get the phonics right. I don't want to get out there and butcher it, cause any problems for anybody. But the documented history of this guy. Apparently, this guy's had like 5 or 6 dirty hits, and I wonder if that played into it too. But these are linebackers, these are players, they're defensive players. If it's fair game, we're gonna tee off on you. I'm not gonna hit you helmet to helmet, but you don't get lit up. And I think a lot of these quarterbacks sometimes when they're running, they know they're not gonna get lit up, right? Like they know, I can slide, I got out. So think about your mentality. I got an out. Worst case scenario, I'm gonna slide. But until then, I'm about to get going, right? And so, that's the thing. And you're right. The onus is on some of these QBs. Having said that, though, too, I think the problem is the way the rules are now. Your defensive players are probably hesitating before you tackle. Is he gonna go down? Is he not? So the defensive players are having to make a split-second decision too. Because they do know that, hey, this quarterback could pretend like he's sliding, or maybe he's just making another football move here. So, having said that, though, listen, man, y'all know I'm a Colts fan. So, hey, you going to suspend a Texas player? Colts play the Texans this weekend. Go for it. Get his ass out. Take some friends with you. CJ Stroud, CJ Ass. Take him too.
Yeah, to me, I think you guys just nailed it. Like, this is a split-second decision that you have to make. And by the time Trevor Lawrence is confirmed to be actually going down, he's already launching. And, Trevor Lawrence is a big quarterback. He's a big quarterback. They go low on him. And I don't think there was any malicious intent, but I mean, it certainly looked crazy. Real time, obviously, it looks worse. But you have no idea what's going through that guy's head at that moment, just trying to make a play for his team. And yeah, I hate the suspension. I hate it. Maybe one game, no, multiple games is terrible. That's terrible.
Well, but there'll be an appeal. Let's call it obviously. There will likely be some sort of appeal for this. And
you know what they're gonna do to that? They're not gonna listen. they will not listen to the appeal. So yeah, I mean, I think that's a little excessive. But whatever.
I think it's tough losing Lawrence for the time that you did. I think maybe we can have a little bit of adjustment to the suspension rules where if you concuss someone with a dirty hit, maybe you're suspended until they can come back.
No.
Make it a equal thing. But I don't think Lawrence meant anything malicious by it, but you got to look at this dude's body of work. What I will tell you is, though, manipulating the rule is that Mahomes clearly does. That's a problem with me, though. But Rex Ryan had a great take on it too, man. Dive head first. You're less likely to get a concussion diving head first.
I thought that was a crazy take from Rex.
Yeah, what about his shoulders? Like Rex Bryant tripping. Like that's how you get hurt. Diving head first is how you get. Oh my god!
I think a defender would welcome that. Oh,
yeah,
that's what you want to do?
Wow.
Okay,
oh, I don't know about that, Rex.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
Yeah, Rex be wilding. But yeah, nah, man. I thought 3 games was too much. So I was looking at. And then last, I wanted to get flag planting. Where are we at on flag planting? You saw the Michigan Ohio State game went. Well, it went all. I felt like, did people like see that and like were they watching? Were teams watching that? Like, you know what? We going crazy with because it was like everybody was like, "Hey!"
Everybody started to follow.
It went crazy.
One of the goofiest things I've seen.
Yeah, it was wild. But I'll say this, man. I'm again. I think to me the onus is on the team. If you know how you stop flag planting.
You win the
game. How you stop it. Win the damn game. If you at home and you win. Can't nobody plant no flag at your field if you don't win the game. Nobody planting flags. You talk about a coach that get pissed. This coach don't piss off. You should. I think you say, should you stop your team from doing it? Sure. You should go out and say, hey guys, get to the locker room. But I guarantee every coach in America is running over telling his boys, what the hell you doing? Hey, playing around midfield, you done lost the damn game. So now you beat the team. They won't plant the flag, and you don't have to do any of that mess.
But Trey, I think that's too simple of an analysis here, right? Because I think the practical reality is that who is this on? Is it on the players who are going out and planting the field and kind of to an extent showboating, gloating, trying to rub it in, or is it on the players that didn't do anything for 60 minutes and now they bad? Okay, we got a limited amount of time. Now we're gonna be tough, right? Now we're gonna be tough afterwards. Hey, you ain't gonna plant the flag on our field. Well, we didn't stop you marching. You can march up and down our field. You can do whatever you want up and down our field, but you ain't gonna plant your. So who's the onus on? Quite honestly, it's probably both. I think if you want this flag planting thing is a really easy issue to solve because you know what you do. And by the way, they're lobbying people to do this now. They're lobbying the Big Ten office to go back and keep watching this brawl on film, figure out who was identified, and suspending those players too.
If you go into so you gonna suspend people going to you're not gonna do that as a conference.
The fight is what I'm saying. They're going in there. They are literally trying to lobby the Big Ten commissioners to go in there and suspend the players that were involved in the fight after the game
football playoff team.
That's what I'm saying. You gonna mess your own college football players. That's
I mean, and look, right. So this is there's an easy way to solve this. If you ban the flag planting, and if you do it, it's a suspension for you or suspension for your coach or whomever, and a fine. It's really simple. Because here's the problem, though. Yes, because it's goofy. It makes no sense. It's unnecessary. It's absolutely unnecessary. And I'm gonna just tell you right now, I ain't never seen a dereliction of duty like I did from Ryan Day. That man stood there with his pockets in his hands while his players is fighting, and he just looked like he's soaking it all in. And he's sitting up there. He was in shock. He was in shock. Stop playing. You wasn't shocked when they were marching up and down the field. You wasn't shocked when your offense was in there. You wasn't shocked when your boys was walking into the locker room. And the messed up part about the Michigan-Ohio State thing is that Ohio State team was heading to the locker room. Somebody saw the flag plant, then they run back over there, then they want to fight. That was an absolute mess. I don't know what happened in the Carolina-NC State game. I'm not 100% sure what happened.
That was the funniest one.
Did we do the flag? Yeah.
Well, see, this is the wild part, right? So Carolina is kind of like a really, really, really good academic institution. So I'm like, oh, we got the smart kids out there fighting, right? Like, but
they ain't smart.
Well, I mean, maybe on the football team, right? Florida State. I mean, this is just a thing. But again, you can avoid this by banning it. All you gotta do is ban. All you gotta do is ban. No flag.
This is so weak. You gotta ban flag.
What you mean? Justin just you saying this, but Justin just asked, would it be a problem if Hampton beat y'all and they planted the flag in the
middle of y'all field? Fine. Yeah, that's fine.
No, that's not. Now you swell it. Okay, all right. Now you.
My question is why we had to ban? Why we got to ban? Well, so what we're gonna do if somebody scrapes their cleats across your feet in midfield? What if I scrape my feet? So my cleats are cool. So I can scrape and stomp on your damn logo. I just can't plant a flag. Okay, yeah. What we going?
I mean, look, it's ignorance, right? But again, okay, well, you can add that to the rule too.
Okay, you can't go to midfield. Okay,
logo, no planting, no damn objects.
Okay, not allowed to midfield. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I think this is. I mean, yeah, you just win the game. Just win the game, and this wouldn't happen. And yeah, I mean, being from Ohio and losing 4 straight to Michigan is not something that you want to happen. And, you know, I mean, they've earned it. They've clearly earned it. That was probably one of the more historic upsets in that rivalry, and they earned it. So I don't really see a problem with it. It's like the people who get mad at college teams for court storming. Like, come on now. That's gonna happen.
Which, by the way, they banned that field storming and all that too. And what happens every big win? Somebody's like, "It ain't got to be a big win. Any win. You can go Nebraska go bowling. They storming the damn field."
But those aren't player actions though, right? Those are the fans are banned from storming the field. That's different, right? Identifying picking on them.
Players be with them. They be taking the selfies and stuff. They be right there with them.
So one thing we missed real quick in this look around is Wisconsin about to get their first L of the year, down 67-64 to Michigan with 3.9. As far as the flag planting, like, you a goofy for trying to plant a flag in an artificial turf. Like, it's just silly. But you're even sillier.
Arizona State. What was that?
Yeah, at least y'all mascots fought, man. But like,
they're scrapping.
Like, but you lost that game. Don't go fight them dudes. I think the University of Wisconsin and University of Minnesota have it done the right way, man. They play for Paul Bunyan's axe. The winning team takes an axe. They go fake chop down the goalpost. No one runs on and fights you or anything else like that. See you next year. We hate you. Go to hell, Minnesota. That's the way it should be, man. Like, Ohio State, you lost the game. That's it. Go on to the next game now. You're playing for something while Michigan isn't.
Here's the thing. Y'all know that more likely than not, the team's gonna fight anyway, right? Like, I mean, you just know that, like, more likely than not, them teams gonna fight anyway. It's either gonna be before the game, it's either gonna be, but you know the fight's gonna happen between those two teams. Y'all just know what I mean, I don't know why they act like surprised over this. This is the one thing that I will also say. You can't have it both ways when it comes to promotion of sports and everything else too. This is what we saw with Caitlin Clark here. You saw it. The media hypes these things up. You're getting all-time ratings records. You're getting all-time revenue. You're getting all this. Your fan engagement is high. Your watching is high. Okay, well, you got to take the good with the bad. And listen, sometimes that's going to happen, right? You're making these things larger than life. These kids are somewhere between 18 and 22. Most of them, you got a couple people 28, 30, grown men. Unk status in college, because of the whatever. But, like, you hype this up to the point, you build this up. And so when something bad happens, the media, we're going to hide our hand. They need to get those guys. No, y'all all contributed to hyping and building this up. Because guess what? Because here's my favorite part. Guess what Fox did when the fight went down? They ain't cut away.
Like, you paying to that?
It was right in there. So everybody in America who had a rivalry game, like Trey said earlier, Carolina, Florida State, hey, y'all see what they did? Oh, man, they was wild at the Michigan State. They was wild. Okay, so everybody sees that. And then what happens? You see a bunch of copycats and people following suit. I mean, like Justin said, people so damn ignorant. Arizona State was trying to plant a flag on some national turf. Like, what y'all doing? Obviously not school there. What y'all doing?
Yeah.
Hey, Trey, didn't you tell the story that when you were in Hampton, and I know it was on team violence, friendly fire, but the guys wanted to fight, and your coach made them take the pads off or whatever and box in front of everybody?
Yeah, that was a practice. Yeah,
he's wild.
Everybody got to the 50 and circle up and hey, 30 seconds on the time. Put 30 seconds on the stopwatch and let them go. Hey,
how many fights did y'all have after that?
None. 0.
So I do the same thing with these boys, man. You want to fight so bad?
That will prove who really want to fight if you do something like that.
Except for, like, the university's kind of in charge of health, safety, welfare, everything, and just putting them in a situation where they could just slug it back and forth. Boy, I'm amazed that your coach ain't get fired. Like,
nobody know about that. Anybody know about that. I said, so it is what it is. But like I said, it got to the root cause of it. Ain't nobody else want to fight. Because the thing, everybody, it's always a lot of hold me back in. Because that was the whole thing. I want to get to because I want to get through. I want to get to all the mace and all that. That's the whole. It was a lot of hold me back energy. It's always like everybody wants to go. Wasn't really fighting. I saw a bunch of pushing and shoving. Grab a ski mask here, knock a helmet down here. Ain't nobody nobody's really doing nothing there. Hey, somebody got somebody on the ground. We hold them down. Nobody doing nothing. Nobody really wants to fight out there. Nobody really wants to throw down, square up. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to do that.
Some players on Ohio State really did. There's players on Michigan that really did. They really did want that action. There's some folks that really did.
Yeah.
Some of these beats run deep.
Yeah. Everybody wanted to get. Hey, everybody got playing to get hit in the face. Everybody wanted to get hit in the face. Let's take it there, man. Good stuff, fellas, tonight, man. I really appreciate it. Really fun night for the Bucks. 128-107 as they beat the Detroit Pistons. They moved to 11-9. They sweep the East Group B Emirates NBA Cup. They will be in the quarterfinals yet again. 2 years in a row. So the Milwaukee Bucks continue to make their way through the Emirates NBA Cup. I can't believe it. No Boston. I don't believe Cleveland didn't make the NBA Cup either, right? So your top teams out east don't make it. So there you go for your whole. Oh, that's the best of the best. They're going for the NBA Cup. Nah, no, they're not. No, they're not. It's not. It's it is what it is. It's every night in the association. Teams win, teams lose. It ain't that deep. I promise you, it's not that deep. Whoever gets there gets there. But the Bucks were one of the teams to get there. 128-107. They beat the Detroit Pistons. They sweep the Emirates NBA Cup. East beat. Good stuff for the Bucks. They continue to move forward. 11-9, 7 in a row for the Bucks. What is this? What is this for Milwaukee? I'm just looking from a standings standpoint. 11-9, 7 in a row. 9 out of your last 10 for the Bucks. So some really good stuff. If you're a Milwaukee Bucks fan, and again, you're here and you're enjoying it. We appreciate everybody listening to the show, watching the show, wherever you watched it, at your home, at the crib, in the car, on the phone, on the computer, on your TV, however you listen and watch this program tonight. You could have been in the world, but you're here with us right now, and that's what we care about. That's what we appreciate. If you could follow, like, subscribe, all that good stuff to the Cream City Crossover. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend about the Cream City Crossover. Man, it's the number one stop shop for all Milwaukee Bucks action. I want to thank our sponsors tonight. Curly's Waterfront Sports Bar and Grill out in Pewaukee, Wisconsin. Go out there, have a good time at Curly's. Make sure you're there tomorrow night, Thursday night for trivia and for bingo, and then Friday night, of course, $3 bottles and pints as the Bucks will be on national TV, ESPN televised game. You always go to Curly's Waterfront Sports Bar and Grill for that. Yeah, man, I think that's everything. 128-107. The Milwaukee Bucks get the dub over the Detroit Pistons. This has been a Cream City Media Group production from the Groove Truckers Network.
JT,
Chris King,
Justin.
If I am your enemy, is only because I did to tell you the truth.